Hello everyone, welcome to Great Academy. So in this session, we will discuss few important things that are based upon number system. Try to understand. If I ask you, sorry, if I ask you something like this, and let us suppose hash include stdio.h is there, and my question is, sir, this is a integer literal. This is an integer literal, of course. In which number system it is? Is it in decimal number system? Is it written in decimal? Or is it written in octal? Or is it written in binary? Or is it written in hexadecimal? Try to answer. Sir. Sorry. Sir. One thing is for sure, it is not in binary, because in binary there are only two numbers 0 and 1 and 2 cannot appear. But let me finish that question also. If it is 11, sir, in which number system it is written? Sir, by default, everything is written in decimal. Sir, we have studied from first till 12th or intermediate. Sir, what we have studied? In which number system we have studied? Decimal number system. So by default, no matter whether it is programming language or real life, sir, everything we are talking about in number system. Which number system? Decimal number system. That means it is not hexadecimal, it is not octal, it is not binary. Okay. But sir, is it possible that we can provide a literal? Is it possible that we can provide an integer literal in octal or in hexadecimal or in binary? Sir, just like if you write anywhere 12 in your program, sir, 12 is an integer literal. But the big question is whether this 12 is in hexadecimal, octal or any other number system. No sir, it is always fixed that by default integer literals are in decimal number system. So sir, what if we want to provide an integer literal in octal number? Then sir, let us suppose, sir, let us suppose I am saying that this number is written in octal. That means this number is in octal, and I want to tell compiler that store a literal in octal form. Then sir, we need to tell the compiler something special. See, if I tell compiler that int a is equal to 123, how did compiler get to know that it is written in octal? Because by default, what compiler understand? By default, compiler understand that any integer literal is in a decimal number system. That means we have to provide something special, something extra. Sir, what is that something extra? Sir. If you wanted to provide any literal in octal, just prefix a 0 before it. Just prefix a 0 before it. Sir, great sir. So now if you give something like this, by looking at the 0, compiler understand that whatever literal is written after this 0 is in octal number system. That means, sir, now it is okay. We can provide integer literal in octal number system. Done, sir. But again, a good question would be, sir, void main int a is equal to 0, 1, 2 printf percentage d comma a. Sir, what is the output of this code? And I'm not giving you any chance to say that, sir, error will be there. Sir, what will be the output of this code? Try to understand. Just pause the video and try to figure out what could be the possible answer of this question. Sir, by first line, some variable is created. Okay. But when compiler see this prefixed 0, compiler understand that 1, 2 is written in octal. That means this 1, 2 is written in octal. But by default, compiler always work in hexadecimal, compiler always work in decimal number system. So, if I ask you, what is the decimal value of this? Sir, let me calculate. 1, 2, and since we are working in octal number system, powers of 8 will be there. That means this. Sir, what is the decimal value for this? Sir, face value multiplied by place value plus something like this. That means 8 plus 2. So actually this 12 in octal is nothing but 10 in decimal number system. So think it like that way, that actually 10 is stored, because why? We all are working in decimal number system. So let's not confuse each other. Okay, sir. But if I ask what will be the value printed? 12. No, sir. The same value will be printed because sir, till now we have seen that printf always print the decimal value of an integer. Did I ever told you that printf can print octal value or printf can print hexadecimal value? No, sir. So what we have learned? Sir, we can provide integer literal in octal number system, but when it comes to printing, sir, printing is always there in decimal number system. As of now, in future, let's see it. Sir. Okay. Then, sir, on the same concept, if I ask you, sir, 026 printf percentage d comma a, and if I ask you what is the output of this code, then what should be your answer? Please pause the video and try by yourself. Sir, easy question. By looking at this prefixed 0, compiler understand that this 26 is written in, octal number system. So let me convert it into decimal number system. 2, 6, powers of 8 will be used. Sir, what is the decimal value? Face value multiplied by place value plus face value multiplied by place value. That means, can I write it as 2 into 8 plus 6 into 1? That is 16 plus 6, 22. So, what will be printed? 26 or 22? Sir, 22 will be printed. 22 will be printed. If you forget any time, then D for decimal, integer in decimal. Try to understand this again. Done, sir. Sir, one more question, beautiful question. Hash include stdio.h void main int a is equal to 0, 278 or 0, 28. Printf percentage d comma a. Sir, what is the answer? The answer is compiler is going to kill you. For sure. Compiler will say, what are you doing, yaar? What are you doing? See, by looking at the 0, compiler understand that whatever written in octal. So do let me know, is it possible is it possible to write 28, or is it possible that this number is written in octal? No, sir. Why? Because if the base is 10, only 7 symbols, only 8 symbols are possible, and they are from 0 to 7. We cannot have a 8 in any octal number. We cannot have a 8 in any octal number. The same thing compiler will tell you in angry man form. Oi, what are you doing? That means, sir, error will be there. And who is giving you the error? Your best friend, compiler, is giving you the error. So always remember this part. If an integer literal is starting or prefix with 0, we cannot have 8 or 9 in it. I am talking about digits. Sure, sir. Okay. So that's all about octal number system. Sir, is it possible to give an integer literal in hexadecimal? Just like octal, is it possible that the user or programmer can give any integral constant or integral literal in hexadecimal? Yes, of course it is. Sir, for that, what we need to do? Hash include stdio.h void main, sir, int a, sir, just prefix it with 0x. 0x, let us suppose I used to write 0x1a, printf %d a. Sir, this is the prefix. Sir, when we prefix any integral constant with 0x, that means we are telling the compiler that whatever written after the 0x is in which number system? This is in hexadecimal number system. This is in hexadecimal number system. Now let me convert it into decimal. So 1a, it is written in hexadecimal. Sir, what is the equivalent value in decimal? Okay, sir, if it is written in hexadecimal, powers of 16 will be used. Okay, sir. When it comes to calculate the decimal value, face value, that is 1 in multiplied by 16 to the power 1 plus a. Sir, a was a symbol, a is a symbol which is used to replace remainder 10. That means instead of writing a into something, I will write 10 into 16 to the power 0. So what is the answer? 16 plus 10 into 1, that is 10, that means 26. So what is the decimal value inside a? Sir, decimal value inside a is 26. That means what is the output of this code? Sir, output of this code is 26. The output of this code is 26. So try to understand, if you prefix any integral constant or any integral literal with 0x, that means you are telling the compiler that whatever literal is written over here is in hexadecimal number system. Now good question is, sir, is it possible to write it in capital X? Sir, C is a case sensitive language, but there are few exceptions, है ना? See, that means, can I write it as 0 capital X? Yes, it is perfectly okay to write 0 capital X or 0x for giving integral literal written in decimal number system. So do let me know which of the following is valid. 0x ACE, 0x ACE, 0x ACE, 0x ACE, 0x ACE. Which of the following is R valid? Sir, is this valid? Sir, ACE, yes. In hexadecimal, we have 16 symbol. Sir, A, it is 10, B, 11, C, 12, D, 13, E, 14, F, 15. Okay, that means, sir, are we allowed to use A, B, C, D, E, F? Yes, but is it mandatory to write them in capital or small? No, sir. Again, it could be a small alphabet or it could be a capital alphabet. That means each and every one of these statements are perfectly correct. Perfectly correct. So, perfectly valid. Done, sir. So that's how we can provide a integral constant in octal, in decimal. By default it is decimal, and as well as in hexadecimal. Sir, is it possible to provide a integral constant in binary also by prefixing 0b? No. Always remember, sir, we can provide an integral literal in decimal, octal, or in hexadecimal. We cannot provide an integral literal in binary. It is not possible. It is not possible. Sir, this one is okay. Perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. Done, sir. Done. Okay. Sir. Is it okay to write something like this? Int A is equal to 10 plus 10 plus 10. Yes, sir, perfectly okay. We have studied operator. That means firstly, this will be evaluated and calculated as 30, and this 30 will be stored inside A. Done, sir. That means, sir, int A. Try to understand. What is this? Sir, integral literal. What is this? Integral literal. What is this? Integral literal. But here, all these three integral literals are written in decimal. Because by default, what compiler understand is decimal number system. Sir, but just now we have studied that we can write any integral constant or any integral literal in three form, either decimal or octal or hexadecimal. That means, sir, if this is okay, that means, can I write something like this? Can I write something like this? Try to understand. Can I write something like this? Try to think. Sir. Sir, if this is okay, this is also okay. Because what is this? For a compiler, what is this? Sir, integral literal. Sir, what is this? Integral literal. Sir, what is this? Integral literal. Sir, if this is okay, this must be okay. Because now we get to know that integral literal can be in decimal or in octal or in hexadecimal. That means this is a perfectly valid statement. Try to understand. Sir, if this is okay, then what will be the result? Sir, we can provide a literal in three form, but what compiler understand by default, or in which format it is going to print by default? Sir, decimal. Percentage D for decimal. Okay, sir. Sir, this is decimal. Okay, as it is. Sir, this is in octal because this 0 is saying this is written in octal. This 0x is saying that this is written in hexadecimal. Sir, 1 2 in octal. 1 2 in octal. Let me calculate it in decimal. 1 2. That means powers of 8 will be used. Okay, so what is the decimal equivalent? 1 into 8 to the power 1, 2 into 8 to the power 0. So 8 plus 2, that means 10. Again, the value is 10. Sir, 0x A. That means we are saying A in hexadecimal. Sir, what is the value of A in decimal? Let's see. Sir, A 16 to the power 0. So, sir, can we write? No. What is the numeric value of a? Sir, it is 10. So 10 into 16 to the power 0 is nothing but 10 into 1, that is 10. So this is 10, this is 10 and this is 10. Sir, then calculation 30 will be stored in a. So if you try to print the value of a, sir, it will print what? It will print 30. So numerically, this statement and this statement is assigning the same value, which is 30 inside a. So that's how all number system used to work out, whether it is decimal, hexadecimal or octal. So that's all for this session. Bye bye. Take care.